All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to lesson 16. Today we are going to be going over one of my favorites and one of probably y'all's favorites, growing a small account. I know when I started, I did not have hardly any money at all to start trading in the Forex market. However, over time, I've been able to scale to a much, much, much larger account due to this strategy and blueprint right here that I'm about to show you. So as you know, swing trading is holding trades for 2 days to even 2 weeks. Now, that is a lot less stressful than scalping or day trading because you are in it longer, you have larger stop losses, you have larger take profits. So your trade, if it's going against you, has a lot more time to turn around to start going into profit. So that is a plus for any swing trader. And I love the idea that we're not glued to the charts every day. There's things that I want to go out and do, and honestly, a lot of the time, swing trading gets boring because, yes, it's nice seeing profits grow and grow a lot more than any other is to complete the puzzle as you possibly can. And those pieces, the more pieces that you can put on the board, the better and higher probability of trade you are going to have. Trade setup is like a puzzle. The more pieces you put together, the more finished it is, and the higher the probability will be a success. You don't want to put a puzzle together and put, pieces that don't belong together because the puzzle won't look right. You want everything to match. You want it to come together perfectly. You want all the pieces to align, and you want the puzzle to look good. You want to be able to laminate it and put it on the wall. Incorporating that in the trading, you want to be able to look at it, have the confidence, press enter, and then watch your trade be a success. When you're growing a small account, focus on more than just traders that only trade one pair or only trade two pairs. I say look at all the pairs because there's high probability setups that this one might have this week that this one don't, that I'm looking at right now. It's always important that you make sure that you are diversifying all the different trading pairs in the entire world and the ones that I have found the most success on. And that is these over here to the right. As you, as you can see, I could put these are the only 3 trades that I'm interested in this week. As you can see, I've got a red flag right here. That means I'm interested in selling. And then I've got a green flag here and here, meaning that I'm interested in buying these. And then the rest, I put a yellow flag because I'm not interested in these this week. But I see 2 good potential setups, 3 good potential setups between Euro USD, GBP NZD, and GBP CAD. Your trading pairs. Look for clean, high probability setups in all these pairs. Not just 2 or 3. For that, not grow it at a reasonable rate. You might be waiting 2 or 3 weeks to get a trading setup here, and then you might not see another good high probability setup for 1, 2, 3, 4 pair every single week. So the market is constantly moving. You want to catch the highest probability setups of every single pair that you get. And you're super profitable. So when you were growing a small account, let's say you put in $100, right? Let's say you have $100 that you can put into the market. This is what you want to train with if you're wanting to put any money in it at all. And risk 1 to 2%. So you're literally risking $1 to $2. Making a 1 to 2 risk to reward, making $2 to $4 per trade. No, that's not a lot. But our goal right now is not to make money. It is to learn the strategy. You need to learn the strategy before you start looking to make money. Okay, so put in a little bit of money, $100, $50, and learn to trade with that little bit of capital. Okay, so if you lose $2, you're down to 98 bucks. Whatever, right? You lose another trade, a big Red Bull at the gas station. Your goal is to take this $100 and not flip it into $1,000 or $10,000, but to simply make $1, $2, $4, $6, $8, $10. If you make 10% of your $100, you on a $10,000 account, make 10% on a $10,000 account, you've made $1,000. So if you can make $10 on a $100 account, you can make $1,000 using a $10,000 account. It's all a percentage game. So you are here to learn the strategy. Now, you can put your own capital in, like putting $100, or you can go and do something like paper trading. Go over here, just type paper trading. Boom. Paper trading. And just connect to TradingView. And you can literally buy and sell on TradingView. If you don't have any money to start trading, you can literally trade with demo money. No, it's not real money, but at least you can learn the strategy without having to put in your money and lose it. Because 9 times out of 10, it takes trial and error in order to perfect something. TradingView, you can put in buy and sell orders, and it gives you, see if we can, yeah, so it literally gives you $100,000 to start with. This was from a long time ago. I guess I lost the trade. So I lost in paper money, paper trading money, demo money. So this must have been a long time ago. Does it show the date? No. Strategies. Looking at I was trading the futures market, so I was looking at U.S. oil, looking right here at platinum. A lot of people not know what the heck I was doing, but anyway, this is how you can start paper trading. I did this a little bit, and then until I started putting in my own money. Now, the only thing with putting in your own money is you actually get a feel for the market of how it actually is having your own capital in there. So I feel like you take it more serious when you have your own capital in there rather than having $100,000 of fake money. However, if you don't have any money to start, that is okay. You don't not need to be ashamed whatsoever. Use paper trading until you can put a few bucks into your live account. So that is how you start paper trading. So either put in a small amount to start learning the strategy, or paper trade on TradingView. So the thing with starting out with a small account, so that you can start, getting a feel for the strategy until you're ready to either deposit more money into that account or flip that little account to a certain number that you feel that is good for you, that you are happy, be careful with how you flip your account. Now I've got a whole blueprint on how to effectively flip an account, a small account, to a much larger account. And I call that the 10x challenge. When you're starting out, and even when you are consistently trading at a much higher level, you want to turn that into, let's say we risk 10%, so we're risking 20 bucks. Let's say we flip that into 40 bucks. So we flip that into $240. And let's say we flip that 10% at $288. And then let's say we do 10%. So as you can see, you're still risking the same percentage. The percentage is staying the same while your account is growing. So the percentage is worth more each time. Now we'd be risking 10% of 288, which is 20. We get our 1 to 2, and that is $56. So 56 plus 288 is $344. $344. So as you can see, let's say we took one trade a week, seemed like much. No, that's $144 in 4 weeks. That's not very good. But it is actually extremely good. Making 10% per trade, let's say you have a much larger account. Let's say you have a $10,000 account, right? So you start with $10,000. That is $1,000. 1 to 2 risk to reward. That is $2,000. So now we are up to reward. That's $2,400. So that is 14,000. That is $14,400. Now let's say 10% of $14,400 is $1,440. $40. You know, 1 to 2 risk to reward. It's another $17,280. So you now just risking 10% of a 10,000 in 1 month. And that account will continue compound. Now, the next month, oh no, that's wrong. That's only 3 weeks. We didn't even do a full month. So let's do a full month here of 7,000. Let's say we have a complete winning month every single week, with 1 to 2 risk to reward. Now, 10% of $17,280. That is $1,728. So we're going to go 1,728 times 2. That's 3,456 plus our 17,280 is 20,700. $20,736. So you have now made your first $10,000 month, over $10,000 a month, aiming for a minimum of a 1 to 2 risk to reward, only risking 10% of your account per week. So, my goal when I was starting out was to hit a $10,000 account. That was my goal. I knew if I could hit a $10,000 account, I could risk 10% and make my first $10,000 in 1 single month. So for a reasonable goal for you guys, make this right here your goal. Don't make $1 million your goal. Don't make $100,000 your goal. Make $10,000 your goal. Your income will be higher than, let's take a look, $10K a month. You are now in the top 1%. You're in the top 1% by risking 10% of your $10,000 account, literally risking 10% per week for a month, you've made over $10,000. Now, are you going to have a loss? Yes. But overall, a $10,000 account is very achievable. And I want you guys to have that goal of shooting for a $10,000 account. Now, start with $100. Learn the strategy. Deposit a little bit more money in there. That's fine. Maybe $500. You can turn that $500 into $1,000 within a month. You don't have to do it all in one day. You don't have to do it all in 1 week or a month. You can spend an entire year getting to $10,000 in a trading account. If that is your pace, that is okay. No one is rushing you. Do this at your own pace and make sure you're doing it correctly, following your rules, and you can be very, very successful. I know that from experience. I have had $0. I was living with my parents for a few years, and every single week I would have very, very little money left after the week because I put it all into the markets, trying to learn what worked for me, what was going to be the deciding factor on if I make it or if I break it. And following these rules strictly that we have gone over in these past lessons will benefit you so much. If you follow these rules, and you will become a profitable trader. And I have that experience to show you guys how to do this. I know you guys can do this. Because if I did it, I know you guys can do it. Do not think you can't do it, because a $10,000 account is very achievable. $10,000 a month is achievable. $100,000 a year is achievable. Don't think it's not. It is not a numbers game. It is a percentage game. Don't get scared by the numbers. 3 digits, 4 digits, 5 digits, 6 digits, it's all the same. That is how you are going to take your small capital of learning the strategy, taking that money, compounding it slowly. It's not a race. Just make sure you are understanding these principles. When you understand these principles, deposit more money. Deposit what you are able to lose, what you are okay with losing. There's nothing in this market, let me tell you, nothing in this market is promised. This market is not going to promise you anything, and it will take everything from you if you let it. But it has a lot to give if you know how to play your cards right, and if you know how to put the puzzle together correctly. We are not looking for overnight success, but we are looking for consistent success. So once the money starts flowing, once you're risking and get to a level where you're risking $5,000 a week, and now you have the potential to make $10,000 a week. Let's say you win every single week for 4 weeks straight, 10, 20, 30, $40,000 in a single mother flipping month. And now you're going to have losses. Prepare for losses. If you have 1-2 losses a month, if you are trading with a 1 to 2 minimum, a 1 to 2 risk to reward, you will stay profitable. Even if you have 2 losses, 2 wins, you are going to come out in the green that month. Create a goal for yourself. Create what you are aiming for. You're not looking at anybody beside of you. You are looking at yourself. You are different than your neighbor. You are different from your neighbor. You're different from your friends. You are all in a different financial boat. Do what works for you. Don't risk too much. Risk what you are able to lose. Always remember that. Risk what you are able to lose. We are looking for consistent success. Make trading a weekly routine. Do your own personal analysis, and then come on Sundays and we'll do an analysis together. Look at my trading pairs. See where I'm placing my areas of interest. Learn from me. Learn from what I am showing you every single week. Show up to the classes. Do your own personal analysis. Look at my personal analysis. And then go through the week and see what you can accomplish. Your starter plan is to take one trade per week. Take one trade per week. Risk little. 1%. You're learning that you're not, you have to learn how to walk before you can learn how to run. So risk 1% or even risk 0.5%. I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with making money at this time. To 1%. Trade with demo money. Paper trading. Until you learn the strategy enough to where you feel confident in putting your own capital in the market. Use the trading checklist I give in the classroom. Only risk what you are willing to lose. Create a routine of this. Continue to do this every single day. Get up, ask yourself, okay, let's take a look at the charts. Let's take a look at the checklist. Let's see if there are any high quality setups that I can look at taking today, tomorrow, the next day. But I'm telling you guys, this is very possible. I'm not going to get on here and give you some false hope, some false narrative, some super easy get rich quick scheme. No. However, I do want to say this is very attainable. I know you can because I did it. And I didn't do it with a bunch of money. I didn't start out with $5,000. I didn't start out with $7,000. I didn't start out with $1,000. I started out with very, very little until I got the hang of it. And then that's when I started making consistent profits. So I would literally put my paycheck into the markets every single week, and I would lose, and I would lose, and I'd lose until I finally found what worked for me. This works for me. All of these lessons that we have been going over, this works. It does. And it's going to take patience. It's going to take it's going to take sitting in front of the markets, and it's going to take doing your part. But I know if you do, you will see the rewards benefit your lives. Now, what I go over with my VIP students is I literally build them a step-by-step personalized trading plan. And I follow up with them every single month throughout the year, seeing the progress that they have made. I make it personalized based on their jobs, the hours that they can put into the market, the amount of capital that they are willing to put into the market, what their goals are, what their profit target is for this year, and what they want to be making per month. I go over that and create that plan with them on a personalized Zoom call, and we go over everything that can truly make them a profitable trader that they've always wanted to be. What you can't do is give up. Do not give up. You can't lose if you don't give up. You literally can't lose if you don't give up. Okay? So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this growing a small account lesson. So, coming very soon, and probably it's already out for some of you who are watching this later, is the full breakdown and blueprint of not just growing a small account, but flipping an account, 10xing an account from 100 to 1,000, and what the actual blueprint is and the smartest way that you can do that. 1,000 into 10,000, 10,000 to 100,000, 100,000 to a million, million to 10 million. It's 10xing whatever you are willing to risk. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this lesson, and we will be moving on to our lesson 17 right now.